Hey y'all, welcome back to another video, and today's video was a video I never thought I would be making. So it's about Hurricane Helene, and here in Western North Carolina we got hit pretty hard with it, and so I don't even really know where to start. I guess I'll start the first day of it, September 27th, and so I didn't really get too much sleep that night, probably 2 hours, and then it was like 6 a.m. and all the power went out and everything. I was already up and everything, so I just went ahead and got up, went outside. It was still pretty dark outside, and so I figured I'd just go back to bed. And so I was laying in my bed and I heard something keep dripping, and this is in the basement, and so I heard something keep dripping. I kind of ignored it because I really didn't know what it was, and then I heard it dripping a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and so I went and got my parents, and then looked up at the wall, and it was leaking in from the wall. It was just leaking in, and then so we were getting buckets and everything. We were running outside trying to seal the wall right there, where it wasn't really cracked, but it was just where the driveway meets the house. And so we were putting some plastic wrapping there just to stop the water from coming in for now. It's like a temporary fix. And then, so I go back down in the basement, and then we have this other room. It's like where the washer and dryer is. And so we start walking in there, and we see water coming in pretty much, we didn't know from where, but it looked like it was coming in from the floor. And so it was filling up pretty fast. And so, luckily it was right there by the door. So we opened the door, and it wasn't coming through the door. It ended up coming through the foundation. And I thought that was the worst thing at the time, was that our basement was flooded and everything, because pretty much everything I have is down there, and then that's where I film these videos and everything. And that is another reason why I haven't made any videos in I think it was 23 days at this point. And so if you're wondering why, it's because we got hit with the hurricane and everything, and I'll get more into that later in this video. And so we started pretty much sweeping all the water out of the basement. It took at least, it was 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. of just repetitive sweeping until the rain finally stopped. And then we finally were able to get all the water out, which the carpets were soaked and everything, so we were having to rip that out. We had to rip out walls and everything where the water was seeping into the walls pretty much. And so we did get all that out. And then we were just tired. We were just tired, so we were okay, we got everything under control, we can just go back to sleep now. And so I went and laid down for a little while and got a little bit of sleep with my parents, who were driving around, seeing if everybody was alright. And at this time we had no cell service or anything, and no internet, no anything, and so we couldn't get a hold of anybody. We couldn't really do too much of anything except just sit there in the dark. And at this time it was light outside. My parents finally come back, wake me up, and they're saying how it's terrible. And I really didn't even know how it looked. And luckily we're up on a mountain, our yard goes straight down into these woods you can see behind me, to where we couldn't really get flooded, but the basement did flood from the rain pushing it in and everything. And so that is how the basement flooded. So she comes back, my parents come back, and they say that somebody they know was just standing there soaking wet, and they pretty much had to jump out of their house and then swim. The only thing left was just their clothes they had on, and everything in their house was gone. Their house was swept away. Oh, there's a dang bear, hold on. Alright y'all, where was I? I thought I heard a bear or something down there. I'm 99% sure it was. And so I didn't want to just get attacked by it, so I went up there for a little while. And so like I was saying, and so the only thing he had was just the clothes on his back that he had when he jumped out, and then the house was just gone. And North Carolina doesn't have flood insurance, at least this western North Carolina area. It doesn't have flood insurance because floods never happen here. And so everybody that did lose something they have no insurance on it at all. So they're pretty much just without anything right now. And right now, it's like 3 weeks in and it's still not alright. Everything on the news that they're saying, they're making it sound not as bad as it really is. Unless you're from here, which the Buncombe County area is pretty much more of my area, so I don't know about the other counties or anything, but I do know about Buncombe County. And it's pretty bad here. Even 3 weeks into it, it's still bad. Like, there's stuff that's getting torn down, buildings, restaurants, everything else, everything like that. And it's far from being complete. There's still bridges knocked down and everything like that. And it's gonna take a very long time to get it fixed, but I've seen, like, on the news they're saying, oh, everything's back to normal, everything's back to normal. No, it's far from normal. Unless you're from here or have been to this area since the hurricane, you know it's not all back to normal yet. And it's gonna take it's probably gonna take months and months. And then, like I was saying, the lights and everything. So we were without power for 13 days, and then we didn't get water until 18 days after that, and we couldn't do nothing. We couldn't wash dishes, clothes, or anything, and we still can't because the water is toxic and everything, and we just can't wash dishes. We can't cook with the water or anything. We even tried boiling the water, and it's still just like a yellow, very yellow look to it, and so we're not going to be even trying to cook with it, wash dishes with it, and end up getting sick. We're just not going to try any of that so far. And there's a lot of pictures I'm going to pop up and everything of Swannanoa, East Asheville, Black Mountain, and places like that. And this hurricane is going to affect my channel in a lot of ways. So fishing, my main 3 spots are completely gone. They got completely tore down. In the rivers, I'm just not even going to try to go fish in the river and catch somebody, like a body or anything, so I'm just not even going to try that. It's Lake Lure, which I usually sometimes go there, that's completely gone. You can look it up and everything like that. And then, as you can see, a whole lot of trees fell down. And we saw the bears maybe 2 weeks after it happened. They wouldn't come back, and then the deer have been gone, so not too much. I don't think I can even do trail cam videos anymore because it pretty much spooked all the wildlife out or killed them. I don't even know. And so we're just gonna have to see about that, which I will still set up trail cams, but that's how my videos are gonna go pretty much. So no fishing stuff for pretty long while, and then trail cam videos, we're just gonna have to see about that because I really have no clue. Pretty much just been working and everything, haven't really had time to just come out here and set up the camera and make a video. So that's just how it's been. In our cable and internet and everything, it's been going on and off, on and off, on and off. So we barely have that. So I'm gonna try to post this video when I'm filming it today, but we're gonna see how that goes and everything. And thankfully my family and I, we're all okay. And to the people that did reach out to me, I really appreciate you just checking on me, seeing if I was alright and everything. And for a little while, we had to go to, for at least 2 weeks in, we had to keep going to the local mall just to get cell service, just so we could reach out to people that we need to see if they're alright, still alive, and stuff like that. And so that's what we were doing. So that's what we were doing for 2 weeks in. And then now, we're 3 weeks out, and it's still, the Wi-Fi goes in and out, cell towers are still down and everything. Of course, they have put up temporary ones, but they really don't do too much. Suck for just trying to call somebody. You can only text somebody, and it's dependent on if you have service and you try to text them, and then if they have service and if they can even receive the message. And it's like a whole flip-flop thing like that. If you send them something, they may not get it, and then if they send you something, you may not get it. It's just a whole thing like that. And it's been like that for at least 2 weeks of it in. And if I am repeating stuff, I'm just trying to think of everything that's happened because it's been so much. And with the power being out so long, we lost everything in the fridge. Pretty much every store got flooded that had like the main priority stuff that people needed. And thankfully, some people did come in, but North Carolina was not letting most people come in to help us. And I think that's pretty stupid that they would, in a time like this, they wouldn't let people come in and help us. But that's just how it is, I guess. It was pretty bad for a while, which it's not back to normal yet, but semi back to normal with like restaurants and everything. But like I said, you cannot use the water at the restaurants or anything like that for dishes, for making the food or anything like that. So it is like a limited thing of what you can get and everything. But it was pretty bad. So I'm gonna pop some of the pictures just to show y'all how bad it was. Alright, so that was all the pictures. It's pretty devastated here. Hit pretty bad, especially for this being Western North Carolina in the mountains. I never even knew a hurricane could hit the mountains. So that is gonna be the end of this one. I thank y'all for watching. Thank everybody for their support. I thank all y'all for checking on me, and I'll see y'all in the next one.